And another term can be applied for this complete flower or incomplete flower. If the flower is complete, then both the male and female reproductive parts are present in the same flower. Such flower are also called monoecious flower. Mono means single, cium means house. So if both the male and female reproductive parts are present in the same flower, the flower is called monoecious flower. So definitely a complete flower will be monoecious flower. But in case of an incomplete flower, whether it is a male flower or female flower, definitely the male and female reproductive part will be present into different flower. Such condition is called dioecious condition, or such flowers are called dioecious flower. So di means two. Alright. Dioecious, di means two, cium means house. Clear? So the male and incomplete flower, if the flower is a male flower in a certain varieties of plant, the male and female flowers are different because the male and female reproductive parts are present into different flowers. Such condition is known as a dioecious condition, or such flowers are known as dioecious flowers. Now the flowers may be symmetric or asymmetric. Clear? The flowers may be symmetric or asymmetric. Those flowers are known as a symmetric in nature. Clear? In which the different holes are arranged in a definite geometrical pattern. Clear? If the different holes are arranged in a definite geometrical pattern, the flower is known as a symmetric flower. And if the different holes of the flower are present in a non-geometric pattern, clear, it is known as a asymmetric flower. The most common example of asymmetric flower is the flower of canna. Clear? The flower of canna is an example of a asymmetric flower. The symmetric flower again may be of two types, actinomorphic and zygomorphic. Clear? Those flowers are known as actinomorphic in nature, which can be divided into exactly two equal parts when cut vertically any direction. Clear? So those flowers are known as actinomorphic in nature, which can be divided into exactly two equal parts when cut vertically along any direction. Now most of the flower like rose, hibiscus, clear, are the example of a actinomorphic flower because they can be divided into exactly two equal parts when cut vertically along any direction. Those flowers are known as zygomorphic in nature, which cannot be divided into exactly two equal parts when cut vertically along any direction. They may be divided into exactly two equal parts when cut vertically along a single plane. Clear? The most common example of zygomorphic flower is the flower of pea, clear, or the other members of a pea family. So this is zygomorphic flower. Clear? Fine. Now come to the different holes of the flower. Calyx. Calyx is the lowermost whole of the complete flower. In a complete flower, the lowermost whole is known as calyx. This is normally green in color. To understand all these different wholes of the flower, clear, you develop the idea of a hibiscus flower in your mind. Then everything will be clear. So in a hibiscus flower, in the lowermost portion, you find a bell-shaped green structure. Clear? That is known as a calyx. Clear? This structure is known as calyx. So calyx is the lowermost whole of the flower, which is normally green in color, and clear, normally green in color, and the individual part of this calyx is known as sepal. The individual part, the collective mass is known as calyx, and the individual part of the calyx is known as sepal. In certain varieties of flower, the sepals are united together, like in case of hibiscus, there are 5 sepals and they are united to form a bell-shaped structure. Clear? Such condition in which the sepals are united is called gamosepalous. Clear? The condition is known as gamosepalous. Whereas in some other varieties of flower, the sepals are not fused, but they are free from one another. That condition is known as polysepalous condition. Clear? So the lowermost whole of the flower is known as the calyx. The individual part of the calyx are known as the sepal. They are normally green in color. In certain varieties of flower, the sepals are united together to form a bell-shaped structure, commonly known as a gamosepalous condition. Whereas in some other varieties of flowers, the sepals are free from each other, and the condition is known as polysepalous condition. The function of the sepal is to cover the flower. Clear? The function of the sepal is to cover the flower in bud stage and protect the inner holes of the flower against any injury. And since the sepal are green in color, definitely they will also be conducting the process of photosynthesis. Clear? So this is another important point to say that flower is a modified shoot of the plant body. That is the lowermost whole of the flower, that is the calyx, is structurally and functionally similar to the normal leaves of the flower. Clear? They are green in color, and like the normal leaves of the flower, they has the ability of carrying out the process of photosynthesis. The second non-essential whole of the flower is known as the corolla. So this is the second whole of the flower, the unit structure of which are called petals. The petals are the most colorful and attractive part of the flower. They are definitely non-essential whole, but they carry out an essential process or essential function in carrying out the process of sexual reproduction in flowering plant. What is this essential process? If they are colored, clear, they attract the insect or other pollinating vector, clear, to carry out or which help in carrying out the process of pollination. So normally in most of the flower, this is the most attractive and colorful part of the flower, and it is normally large in shape so that it can easily attract the pollinating vector. So like sepal, if the petals in a flower are united together, the condition will be called gamopetalous condition. And if the petals are free from one another, the condition will be called polypetalous condition. Clear? Is called polypetalous condition. Now come to the essential poles of the flower. Androecium is the male reproductive whorl of the flower. The unit structure of which is called a stamen. Clear? The male reproductive whorl of the flower is known as androecium. The unit structure of the androecium is called stamen. The stamen consists of two parts. One long stalk-like structure which is known as filament, and at the upper portion of the filament there is a sac-like structure which is known as the anther. Clear? The anther normally is a bilobed. Clear? The anther normally is a bilobed, means there are two lobe-like structure which are adhered or attached to each other, and each lobe consists of two chambers. So inside a single anther there will be 4 chambers. Clear? Inside these chambers, the microspores or the pollen grains are produced. So this represents the microsporangium. Clear? So the chambers inside the anther are known as the microsporangium. Clear? Fine. Now come to the development of the anther. Clear? That is, or at least let me finish the gynoecium first. Gynoecium is the female reproductive whorl of the flower, the unit structure of which is called a pistil or carpel. The carpel consists of 3 parts. All right. The pistil is a flask-shaped structure consisting of 3 parts. The lowermost part is a swollen sac-like known as the ovary, and the uppermost part is a flattened and form a platform-like structure known as the stigma. The ovary and stigma remain connected by means of a long, slender, tube-like structure which is known as the style. Clear? Now inside the ovary there are chambers which are known as the locules. Clear? The chambers inside the ovary are known as locules. In certain varieties of flower there is only one locule or chamber, so the ovary will be called unilocular. If there are 2 locules it is bilocular, accordingly trilocular, or it may be polylocular also. And inside this locule, clear, inside the locules the small bead-like structures are present. These structures are known as ovules. Clear? So inside each locule small bead-like structures are present which are known as ovules. The ovules represent the female gametophyte, and inside female gametophyte the megaspore or the egg cell is produced. Clear?